There we go guys, GTA 4 is running on Box64Droid Emulator. Let's get started. Yo, what's up guys, it's Aptrix here. Today in this video we'll be taking a look at some of the biggest updates of Box64Droid, which is an Windows emulator for Android. We'll be setting it up, we'll be taking a look at best settings, gameplay and much more. So before starting, if you guys are new here, smash that like button, subscribe, turn on all notifications. With that being said, let's get started. So as you know, Box64Droid is an completely open source legal Windows emulator for Android devices which runs on Wine. This emulator is capable of even running games like GTA 5 on your Android device. In today's video, we'll be trying to play GTA 4, and if this video reaches 300 likes, I'll personally test out GTA 5 on the Box64Droid emulator. As usual, you'll need Termux as well as Termux X11, and this is the official GitHub page created by the developer of Box64Droid. We'll need to paste this command in Termux for this emulator to be set up, for this emulator to be initialized. I'll be answering your questions like, do you need an active internet connection, what are the minimum requirements for Box64Droid, and much more. So if you just go ahead and scroll down, you'll be able to see that now you need minimum Android version 12 or above device. If you want to try out Box64Droid, you can try it out on Android 10 or above only if you have rooted device. You also need 4.5 GB storage. Along with that, Adreno 610 GPU or above, which means that basically flagship processor. Other GPUs are supported by Virtual, but many games might not work, which means that if you have an low-end device, the developer recommends you to use Virtual. I'll be discussing about it later on in today's video. Let's start by setting up Box64Droid. So first of all, just go ahead and open Termux and then paste the Box64Droid command, which has been provided by the developers. After pasting the command, you will get few options like which version of Box64Droid do you want to initialize on your Android device. So non-root version means that normal devices, Android 12 or above, we need to choose this option. So we'll just go ahead and type 1 and then tap on enter, but you also can choose the virtual version for other GPUs and non-rooted phone Android 12 or above. So as I mentioned, MediaTek Exynos or Kirin processor Android devices should use this version. And we also have in this brand new update the native version of running Box64Droid on Android, which means that you will get amazing performance. But unfortunately, the native version did not work properly for me on my OnePlus 11 when I last tried it out. So we won't be going for that, we'll be selecting the non-root version. Afterwards, let's just go ahead and tap on the enter button. It will say starting Box64Droid. You need to wait for a few minutes for this process to be completed. Just go ahead and tap on the allow button. Afterwards, it will automatically start configuring the Box64Droid. Now when you get prompts like this, all you have to do is just go ahead and tap on the enter button and you will get few prompts like this. Just tap on enter on all of them. There we go guys, it will say X11 repo, which means that Termux X11 is now being initialized. As I told you guys before, you'll also need Termux X11 on your Android devices. Setting up Box64Droid will indeed use a considerable amount of internet connections. After it is done setting up, you'll get a similar prompt to what you see right here. Now you just have to type this command, which is Box64Droid -- start. Afterwards, the Box64Droid emulator will be successfully started on Termux. We will get different modes such as Box64, Box64 debug mode, Wine version and much more. But before doing that, we'll be selecting an GPU driver, which is the turnip for Adreno 740. Now my device has Adreno 740 GPU, that's why I'll be using this driver. You can use the drivers according to your device. Anyways, afterwards you just have to go ahead and type 1 and start Box64Droid and choose 800 by 600 as resolution. Afterwards, you will be all done. Now all you have to do is just go ahead and open Termux X11 and I'll be showing you guys its best settings as well. So once you open Termux X11, you'll have to wait for a few seconds and Wine will successfully open. But before doing that, just hold the app icon and go to preferences. Now here you'll have to make sure to change some settings. Change the display resolution mode to exact. Afterwards, choose the display resolution as 800 by 600. Enable stretch to fit display. Scroll down and make sure to disable show additional keyboard option. With all these settings being done, all you have to do is reopen Termux X11 and you will see an immersive full screen experience similar to this. And there we go guys, our Box64Droid is successfully running. Go ahead and tap on the start button. Now you'll need to click on the DirectX option. This is very important. You have to make sure to set up DirectX runtime or you might face some issues while trying to open or play some games. That's why you'll have to wait some seconds. Once it has been initialized, go to DXVK asynchronous or synchronous depending on what you want to use and select the DXVK version which you want to add to Box64Droid. For today's video, I'll be using DXVK asynchronous 2.2. Once that has been done, you can again tap on the start button and set up Wine Mono if you want to. But anyways, let's take a look at the gameplay of Box64Droid and see if it actually manages to boot GTA 4. Just run the game file and it should successfully start. At the top left corner, you will be able to see the driver name as well as FPS bar, as well as GPU percentage. But you might be like, how can I control this game, bro? Well, if you want touch controls, then you can go with input bridge. But in today's video, I'll be connecting my Bluetooth keyboard to my Android device and we'll be controlling our game with the help of this Bluetooth keyboard. You can even use an manual USB cable and use an USB adapter to connect it to your Android device. But anyways, as you guys can see right here, I have connected my keyboard and it is working successfully with the Box64Droid Emulator, and I do recommend you guys to go with an keyboard plus mouse setup as it is way easier to play games that way. And if you want input bridge, then it's a long procedure. I can't really explain it in this video, so you can do your own research. Anyways, that's going to be it for today's video. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe if you want to see full gameplays on Box64Droid. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.